Alright, so it's currently July 12th, 12 in the morning. We just turned 12, so I'm just gonna show you my world, my room, starting on my watchtower. Nothing too special, honest. This realm is like a few years old, and we started somewhere else entirely, and then after a few months of like building there, we didn't really build much, but we built a few buildings and we were kind of like tired of the area. So eventually moved, and me and a friend found this place, and he's the one that decided to build here, and I agreed, so we decided to build here. And the first few buildings was my house, which is here, and his house, which is down there. And again, this is a few years ago. I know the buildings are gonna look bad because I'm saying the same thing right now. I always criticize my own builds and always want to do better. Like this watchtower, could probably do so much better. And that's could do so much better, but do what we gotta do. But yeah, this house didn't take that long to build. Again, it's all deep slate. That's like the main time-consuming part about getting all this is just the deep slate. Nothing really special going on inside. Some nice stairs to go into the mountain. My first floor, and there are windows. There are windows. It's not completely through. They're just really clear, thanks to the RTX clear windows thing. So, and somebody broke through that and so I had to fill that in. But again, nothing too special here. Chairman room, storage room. And down here is the entrance. I wanted to do something cool, and I added lava on the bottom, which there is glass in between. I didn't do that as people kept falling in, and I fell in once, and I had to get them out, so the other half isn't really filled with lava, which sucks. But it's whatever. I don't live here anymore though, so I didn't really like pay attention to it as much. This is an old friend's house that they never finished, and I don't know if they ever will. And instead of going that way, we're gonna go over here. I should just turn this down. Alright, farm, small one. Again, since I'm not around here as much, it's not really a good use of it. Doesn't really grow much. And there's a bridge over here that leads to across, which is a little more annoying, and yeah, it could have been easier to go across there, but you gotta take the fancy way. Got some glowstone and some stained glass. I can't tell if that's pink or purple. It's one of those colors, probably purple. Up here is a castle that I wanted to build, and yeah, here's a little layout, small layout of a watchtower I was gonna make. But when I was building it, I realized how ugly it really looked, and it's kind of sucked because I already put so much time into it anyway. But I decided that I wasn't gonna finish it because again, it's just deep slate and cobblestone and barely some wood. So, I mean, there was more, but somebody else was taking it down. Like right here, there used to be lava dripping down. That's gonna be the throne room, and right here was gonna be something else. But I realized how much deep slate and how ugly it was looking. So I stopped building it so I can basically get my skills up in my builds, just so I can put it back into the castle and make it look a lot better than it was going to be. Something that my friends keep telling me to finish this building already, but I want to make it look good. And if we go back over here, oh man, the sun's coming up. If we go back over here, again a walkway down. Alright, so the original Nether portal hasn't moved. I mean, it's the first one we ever put down, and I don't feel like moving it. Plus, if we did, it'd still go to that spot anyway. Small waterfall, iron farm. I don't know if it actually works. Still, a huge flat area, and this mountain used to go all the way over there. Like I can show a how it looked with like the original seed. It doesn't change as much from the updates because again this is a few years old. And the only thing different from when I started it to the newer one is that there's a cherry blossom biome up there. But yeah, mountain over here that meets over here, and we needed a bunch more room, so we decided to make a creeper farm kind of far away, just because we didn't want it around here. And took a bunch of TNT and took out half of it. And we still haven't filled it in with dirt yet, because we keep running out of dirt. And before I show you this, I want to show you the old buildings that were first made. So these houses were basically made just for cosmetic. I mean, when you make a town, you just make a bunch of houses you know nobody's gonna live in. So that's what these are, and then that is like a two-story. We try to go for a medieval type vibe, and failed horribly. And now I'm kind of pushing away from that, and now just doing mountain. So this is my friend's house, and again, it looks bad. I know. I've even told him let me redo it, and still says no for some reason. I know I could do a lot better. And because again, that's like one of the first buildings ever made, and then these are the other newer-ish houses. They look a bit better, but still bad because it's all deep slate. Box house that's not finished, kinda. Oh, it actually has a floor this time. Glass. Before there was no floor. Homes that I made, try to make it look modern. Again, why would I do that in a medieval themed town? I have no idea. But it's there. Right here was gonna be a cathedral, but how uneven the land gets, like it just dips down here. And I know I could easily just level it down by just making this straight. I didn't really want to. Yeah, I think it kind of looks weird, and I've already did that over here, and it's not great, but I just don't like it. Why is this open? Rooms, and there is a basement to all these houses. It's not just a single floor. There is a basement down there. Again, nothing really too interesting, just cobblestone walls and a wood floor. So when I made the cathedral, I never finished it because again, I knew I could do a lot better. Destroyed it and made this. And I know it looks a lot different from every other building, but when I finished it, I realized that my builds could look a lot better. And I know it's bright, I know this is concrete. These walls are concrete, and that building over there was made of concrete before I added on these shaders. And then they made everything really bright. So this I'm able to replace with like quartz if I can find more. something else. Here, it's just bright. This is supposed to be like a. Honestly, I have no idea because there's a kitchen and dining room, but yet these are two rooms. So honestly, this is a mix of. I wouldn't even call it a hotel, but it's just a random building to try out new styles. I feel like I did a little better. And again, these are concrete walls, and with a certain add-on, it makes it neon. And looking out, before it was just like an ordinary beacon, walls, deep slate floors, and andesite, and all that. And it kind of looked really lame. So I started adding more dirt and grass back into this place because it's basically how people call cities like a concrete jungle. It's kind of what it looked like. So now I'm adding back in dirt. This is gonna be a library. What was here before was gonna be a museum, and again, why would I have a museum in a medieval themed area? They're living in the past, so it makes no sense. But that's what this is. It used to be something. It used to be something else before. Then I took it all down because again, it was nothing but deep slate. So now I'm trying to make something better out of it. This I don't think is gonna stay around for too long. Again, this was supposed to be like a library. I had a vision, failed at it terribly, and it ended up just turning into a room full of jobs for villagers. So right here is this is the date where we moved over here, and we found zombie villagers. We found zombie villagers. We returned them back to normal, and we made this quick house real quick to store them. And it was doing pretty good for like a long time, for like the year or however long this is. It's been nothing but just a villager house. And I tried to make an apartment complex for them. They didn't like it. They never even wanted to go over there. And they just loved going from here to over there, back to over here. But man, when you tried sleeping over here once and they tried to get through the door, you gotta have to give them a minute because it's nothing but the door opening and closing, and you can't get it up. So it doesn't look bright right now, not as bright, but at night this whole entire place lights up because again this is concrete. I made this before I had it on the shaders, and I could turn them off, but I kind of like it. I don't like. I don't want to change them because of how long that's gonna take, but it's whatever. And this is quartz, that's why it's not glowing. And this is the trading hall. Have nothing but villagers of all different kinds. I think we have two librarians though, because fishermen's were kind of unnecessary, and I forgot one other person, but clerics. What are these? Farmers, butchers. What are you? Stonemasons. It it kind of goes from the people we're gonna use the most to the people we're gonna use the least. Like who really uses leather workers? Who really uses Fletchers? Other than arrows, because these arrows are a good deal. Because I don't know if you've done it, but getting infinity on a bow and using it till it's about to break, I can't even repair mine because it says it's too expensive. I have 192 levels and it still says it's too expensive. So I just switched to mending, which is so much better because again, that's a good deal for arrows. Shepherds and cartographers. Although this one actually has a trials, so that one's useful. But we already did. We already got the stuff we needed out of it, so Not really too boring anymore. Unless you just want more diamond blocks and all that. A boat. This is my house. Try to do something new, some new styles. Living room, hallway, and I completely forgot when I was making this thing. I completely forgot to make a kitchen and all that. So this is what this is. A nice corner for kitchens, smelting, and furnaces for random stuff. Down here is storages. That goes down to a cave. This goes down to a cave. And again, goes down to a cave. You can't see because these walls are too dark. But yeah, in case you just need to go for mobs or just because you want to look at it. Either one. I try to keep it dark in here because that's what the survival I'm trying to go for that room. That's why there's redstone torches. And here is storage. A bunch of random stuff. Garbage. Yep. And all this is done by me. I don't really watch videos to make builds other than to make redstone contraptions. That's the only thing because I don't know how to do that at all. A bunch of deforestation and a huge hole from that cave that we saw. So yeah, gold farm, some super furnace, I guess. I don't know, sugarcane thing. Before we go over there, there's one more thing I need to show over here. So over here, with all the space we got, I took out all the trees around here. Again, bunch of stone. I was gonna make a huge arena, and this is what this is. A huge arena. It's not finished yet. Drawbridges actually work. If I have a way to get there. So I thought this would be kind of funny to see. Flick this, and it closes it. Flick it again, and it opens. So all four of them work. And I plan on having battles here, but this is taking a long time to build because again, trying to level up my building skills all by myself, no videos, so it takes a while. And over here, I wanted to do like a docks to the arena. So that's what this is. No boats yet, because I had somebody that was going to make them for me, because I don't know how to make them. Probably enough space for like decent sized ones. And I was going to take out the dirt because it's really shallow. And instead I just did other things. I could do this again, not that hard, especially since I'm able to do it a lot more efficient. But I'm probably going to wait on that for a while. I was going to finish this side too, just like a nice decorative way to get into the building. But since I don't know how big this place is going to be yet, I'm just going to wait on that and the docks too. Finish this first and then see how the rest is going to go. So, a bunch of other random stuff. Old buildings, and see, there it is all lit up. I didn't just randomly start building over there at the hometown because I wanted to try something in a whole different area, and over here was nothing but a Great Plains and an abandoned village. So this is the original well for the village that was here. I just upgraded it, made it look a lot better, and started making houses unfinished, finished. Again, since this is concrete, inside glows. Which I don't know if this actually does anything to like not let mobs spawn. Because if so, then I'd really like to light stuff up. But I know my builds are gonna look even more stupid with these things on because some other people that are on this realm don't have the shaders on. So some of my builds are gonna look really stupid on their end. So oh my god. So this is one of the houses. My main house. Found a pink sheep, naturally spawned, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just did that. Really nothing too special. Again, just trying to do something new. I really like this look. I thought this looked cool. I put saplings here, and I didn't know they were gonna grow, but I'm glad they did grow because it looks really cool, something I would not be able to make by myself. So being natural makes it look a lot 10 times better. Water under here. And again, there is windows, they just look really clear. And the lights look dim right now. Nothing too special with this area. I just wanted more of a, like an old town that you'd randomly see out in the woods. That's what I wanted. And this is this is the trading hall here. No villagers inside. Just kind of looks like a bank. You have your tables, like your tellers and all that, and really nothing amazing about it. Just it is what it is. And then you have your small stands out here. Not a lot of room to work with because I set the paths as they were, and I didn't feel like changing them. And then this is going to be like the community hall or whatever. I was going to put the flag here, but I realized that this space is way too short for what I wanted to do. And I even tried to up the size and it wasn't going to work. So inside's not really too special, but this is what it looks like out here. And again, all this is in survival. None of it has been close to creative. And the only creative I ever go on this world would be to, I'd back up the worlds. And every now and then I'll go do one. Put in creative just to look at a few things or whatever. That's what the inside looks like. Just a bunch of rooms. More rooms. Downstairs that go nowhere. Again, another unfinished build, and there is a lot of them. Because when I'm building something, then I get told to start building something else. I start that something else, and then it's something else, and it just keeps going. And since I'm the only person that really builds, it takes a long time, unless I get like a weekend to do nothing, and then I'll be able to do a decent amount of building. But another thing that takes forever is... Why is this red? Oh. Another thing that takes forever is trying to get the resources for it, because some of them are like hard resources to get. In the attic, I'll let him know. Oh, that's nice. Jesus, that's bright. Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like in the daytime. And I only put these trees because I like the effect they did on the ground. It made it look like a woods area. And when I mean this place was a Great Plains, I mean this is literally what it looked like before. Just a whole lot of nothing. A bunch of nothing. And what sucks too is I forgot which update. I really want to say Caves and Cliffs, but I don't think so. I think I did this last summer. And it broke the land around here. So there's I can't remember where, but there's a spot where I had to fill in the water by hand because, yeah, like right here. The land just randomly breaks like that. It's like smooth water, and then it just stops. And even if you try to fill it in, it doesn't do it correctly. And it's really annoying to do because if you try to go around it, it doesn't work. So you have to put a layer of like ground under, fill it in that way, and then destroy it all, which that is also takes forever because sometimes you don't have enough dirt, or sometimes you don't have it just takes forever. Is what I'm trying to say. It depends on how you want to look at it, because like right here it breaks, and then it's supposed to keep going that way, and then right there is obviously broken. So yeah, the last summer update, I forgot which one it was, really broke this game, or at least my map and the area around it, because there's a bunch of areas that just randomly just do that. Now when I go out further, it's a less of that, obviously. But I know there's a hole around here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Where tree, water, water, and then nothing, and then nothing. There's a bunch of that around here. And then just a square of water. And then a cave. Trying to fill this in would probably take me, since I don't have maybe like an hour. But that's like an hour I would rather be doing something else with instead of fixing this water. And even then, once it gets over there, then there's just going to be a huge wall of water. But yeah, that's what my world is so far. Not a whole lot of new plans. Honestly, just build as I go. Like I said, that building might not last a little while, because since the villagers aren't there, there's no reason for that building to be there anymore. And that might take its place, and I might just put a statue, or just more grass and trees. There are a few buildings over there and a small town, but nothing too interesting to show. Another tunnel goes up because there's a woodland mansion on the other side. But yeah, bakery or butcher shop or something. was supposed to be a bank. Doesn't look like one, and I'm probably gonna end up tearing it down anyway. And I think that was supposed to be a restaurant. Again, why would